is fucking.
And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 39. So we finally reached the point where we are out of the 30s. We'll be hitting the 40s very soon. So when we hit 100 episodes of this show, I don't know. I've celebrated 100 episodes for shows many times. So this is the final time we're going to hit 100 episodes and celebrate. Or, as Darnell says, we reboot back to a number one when the ratings drop to boost our sales.
There you go,
Marvel
bro.
Comics.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Okay.
No,
so
you know what you do?
Yeah.
Variant thumbnails on every platform you're on. You got the Rumble
only
thumbnail,
for issue 1.
the YouTube thumbnail. Yes.
Yeah. Only for episode 1. Episode 2,
No. You got to do it for episode 2 as well to keep the sales boosted through the first 6.
I'm going to call episode 1 Face Smile Edition.
There you go.
Oh, so just want to let you guys know something important. The next 2 Sundays, we won't be here on the show together. Not because anything bad happened. Professor Savage Jet actually is going to start his new job. So we will return with this show, not the next Sunday or the following one potentially, but basically the second week of November, actually. Yeah. So that means basically we'll be back on the 10th of November. Or
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, or if not, we'll just have to basically schedule the show another day. So just want to let you guys know that.
It might be a better day for a comic show too. Who knows? Maybe we'll do Tuesday nights or some shit.
Well, I can do Tuesday nights now because I don't stream on Tuesdays anymore, so I could do Tuesday nights. It's easier too.
Well, because that's a good day because we could talk comic stuff just before release day on Wednesdays.
Yeah. So the next 2 Sundays for this show, we'll probably just do it Tuesday then instead, which is probably way easier.
Yeah, let's aim for a Tuesday. Let's see how it works.
Yeah,
with all of my new
because right after those Tuesdays are over, we get to go back to doing it Sunday. But you said we have to do it Tuesdays because adjustment periods and stuff. So what else is going to happen, guys? Comic book news. Oh my God, there was so much news that dropped from New York Comic Con. Like a lot of it dropped. DC definitely put out a lot of information, and they definitely dropped a new Aquaman title that's coming out very soon. Because as you guys know, Justice League and Aquaman did not have Dawn of DC titles. It was crazy because even in DC's worst days ever, Aquaman still had something going for him. But just in Dawn of DC, they were like, you know what? We don't need Aquaman anymore. We just don't even need a Justice League because we could just have the Teen Titans. And not even called the Teen Titans.
I don't even
the Titans.
When's the last time they had a Justice League? Was it even a New 52?
No. So they had Justice League Rebirth that ran for a while. I guess if you count Trinity books, they've had that consistently for a little bit. But they've not had a Justice League book for a while. Honestly.
Yeah, the DC universe hasn't had.
Yeah, unless you count Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, because that's technically a Justice League event style book, but. You mean like a Justice League ongoing series? No, there hasn't been one since the Rebirth one ended a long time ago, which is crazy. In a new DC initiative, no Justice League. Like, they really did try to replace them with Titans. I'm not saying I don't even like the Titans, but they're not Justice League. Like, come on. What are we doing here? Oh,
You're just
God, I hate
the characters that everybody wants to see together. I mean, I remember when they did go without it for a while before. This has happened in like the 80s, and that's where I can show you exactly where they rectified that, and it was huge. Nope, not that one that I usually pull out. I'm going to whip this one out. So this was, they called it New World Order, but this is back when Grant Morrison's era of Justice League began, and this was fucking huge. This might be the biggest team book DC ever did. The most critically acclaimed and fan acclaimed DC team book they ever did. This shit was good. It was coming back from a very long period without an actual Justice League. You had like West Coast JLA and a bunch of other miscellaneous and dude, the worst part about it was they were all like C-list and D-list characters. Like nobody cared about them. Nobody read those books. They weren't interesting. But this brought all the main characters together. It got everybody, dude. Everybody you needed. I know that Martian Manhunter really wasn't big, but
he's a character that's only really liked
so...
because of the Justice League animated series and Justice League Unlimited. If you check his actual comic history, he doesn't really have a lot of like ongoing series. I tried to look for them. He's had like 2 ongoing series that got canceled around like the 15th issue, 20 issue mark.
Reread, dude.
I think he's gonna get an absolute book very soon. I think he is.
It'd be interesting. In all honesty, and look at how much I paid for that back in the day. Look at that shit. It's like the first 4 issues, I think, of it. It was like the initial story. It was versus the White Martians. It's a story that's been copied in, I believe, the animated series at some point, or at least kind of touched on. But dude, it's so good. Like this iconic ending here. Like boom, here's the new Justice League. Like this. I don't know that you recreate this. I don't know that DC's in a place that they can bring these people together like they did here. But this was so good. And Martian Manhunter by Grant Morrison. I wish but you're not wrong. He's kind of like Shazam. He's never really had a good, consistent run because nobody's ever really tried to get him. But this book, there's multiple times throughout Grant Morrison's run on here that Martian Manhunter made himself so valuable to the team, to DC, such a great character. He was so well fleshed out in this book that it's sad that he never did really get to stand on his own. Grant Morrison's run is fucking legendary.
He's a character where he's been just better featured in other people's stuff. Like, I don't recall seeing him in much things. Like, there was on Reddit, someone asked, like, what Martian Manhunter comics would you recommend? Someone put 1998 Martian Manhunter series by Ostrander, Grant Morrison's entire run on JLA, like you had right there. People listed as like number 2. You had Comic Odyssey, Mark Waid's JLA Year 1, Tower of Babel, and Terror Incognita. Joe Kelly's Obsidian Age, Trial by Fire, and Goblet and Golden Perfect, and Justice League Task Force, Martian Manhunter, The Others Among Us, Brightest Day. Then you have JLA International, New Frontier. And if you look through his comic history, even right now, he hasn't had anything, or he's not been a prominent feature since Rebirth. He just might not be a good selling character at all. It doesn't feel like he is. No one really talks about him other than like the Smallville series he was in and just the JLA Unlimited show. I like John. I think it's a cool character, but he just doesn't sell well.
No, I just don't. Again, I think that Ostrander stuff with him was actually really good, like really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's he's always been kind of a hard character to really peg down and just give good attention to. I don't know why nobody's ever really worked with him a ton. He just doesn't have he's just not an icon. And right now, in the modern era of creators, everyone wants to work on an icon and nobody's doing like small character development, new character development. And if they can't work on an icon, they'll take some bullshit character and retcon them into the icon's, particular costume, which we've seen more than enough of lately as well. And it's like, just give them a chance. Give guys like John Jones a chance to be written by a good creative talent or somebody who's at least got an intriguing story, an engaging story with him. I mean, so many of those come out of like nowhere. Like, did anybody think Mark Waid had Tower of Babel in him? No, it was just a good pitch. I was listening to Chuck Dixon the other day. Chuck Dixon. Great podcast if you want to hear OG comic talk. And he was talking about this pitch he had for like Wolverine and Captain America to like and Bucky to have like a World War II story team up. And there's like the Badoon, I believe, had encountered Nazis and shit. And I was like, dude, that's fuck, man. Dude, you could get my Prestige format 1999 fucking money out of me for a story like that. That sounds great. Chuck Dixon writes. You throw in I don't even know who you could throw in for art, man. Back in the day that they were doing that, Graham Nolan, fucking who else? I'm trying to think of
John
somebody who did a
Malin
really good war one.
on
Yeah,
Martian Manhunter.
John Malin. Oh, here we go. Or even right here, like who did this one? I'm trying to remember. Team X and Team 7. It reminded me of this book that I read. It was a Wolverine war book. Who drew this? This was dude,
so
Steve
much.
Epting and Larry Hama. That's why I remember this book. This is good shit. Larry Hama's the bomb, dude. But plenty of great artists out there that could put that together. And you know, Marvel passed on it. I'm like, bro, turn that into something for the Horsemen and other shit, man.
Before we go over the news today, and I figured since we didn't cover the Deadpool stuff last week because I wanted to cover some of the Jim Lee stuff and the other Deadpool news. I shit you not, guys, there was 3 layers of Deadpool news because, apparently when you get a new movie, you tend to be in the conversation a lot. Before we get to that, so how am I going to put this? So I don't want to say the wrong thing, or as what the left is called, misinformation, which is basically just they don't like you telling the truth. So you guys know Razor Fist, who coined the term Iron Age. Is him and his artist named George. They have this book called Ghosts of the Badlands. I did buy it. I bought it off Amazon. I didn't back. Did
you get it yet?
I probably did. My giant mail packages came in. I know I probably got it. That's over here somewhere. So I ended up actually buying it off Amazon because by the time I wanted to get it on the crowdfunding website, I think they use Indiegogo, I just couldn't get it. The campaign was already closed. Then come to find out, because people were asking for a sequel to it, because apparently it's one of the best indie comic books released this year, and probably one of and people said it might be one of the best indie comic books they've ever read, honestly, which is great for Razor Fist's writing ability, because being called like the best indie book is crazy because there's a lot of other indie creators competing for that word of mouth. And what's really awesome about apparently the book actually as you hear the word of mouth on it, people don't understand how many indie comic books come out, even from just Image or Dark Horse or Boom, or even just like people that I have on these shows. It does take a really good book to be touted as one of the best indie comics out there. So come to find out, Razor Fist was asked, hey, are you ever going to be doing a sequel to Ghosts of the Badlands? And he announced no, because there was some issues actually. So the artist George, apparently he wanted to make a lot of money on the book, and depending on, I guess, whichever person you listen to, long story short, come to find out, he may have charged too less in shipping. Now, as you guys know, shipping overseas costs a lot of money. Actually costs a lot of money. So think about this. If you were shipping something to me in America, it probably would cost you like flat rate, like $10, $15, give or take how much you're going to send to me. Now, if I sent that same box to you in Europe, that would probably cost me $40. Now, factor that in on a bigger scale when you're shipping, worldwide, because there was a lot of international customers for that book. So the book, I think, ended up capping out at like $350K. I'm not even saying George did a bad job. Maybe he just genuinely made a mistake. Maybe he thought, hey, if I charge low on shipping, I'll just get more customers at a barrier to entry thing. I charge less in shipping, even if it's worldwide, so I can entice those international customers to buy the book. And my God, people turned this into some sort of like Rip-a-verse thing. It's like, dude, even when Eric is not even mentioned in the conversation, nor even close to it, these worthless, disgusting cockroaches always choose to drag him out. And it's like, he's did nothing in the situation. He's not involved in any way.
Nothing to do with it.
You just let that man's success live that rent-free in your head. You are absolutely stupid. He had nothing to do with this, because basically people said, well, couldn't you just use Rip-a-Send for fulfillment? I don't know what Razor Fist said about that. I really don't. I ain't seen that clip yet. But George had basically confirmed that he didn't talk to Eric at all about it.
Yeah, he's just said that he didn't think that it would be he said even using Rip-a-Send wouldn't be cost effective, because Rip-a-Send is just another one of these fulfillment services in the market, like many of the other ones. Their prices are probably somewhat comparable, but it's like, dude, it's such a great book, and the art, this is what it really comes from, I think. say that before I start showing off the book a whole crap ton here. What I really think that it comes from is more innate jealousy from these dipshits. They're just they're sad because really at the end of the day, this book the book came out, and two, it's better looking than anything I've seen come out of fucking Comicsgate. Is John Malin's art in godlike good? Yeah, it's nice looking. That's the thing though. His art in godlike is very similar to somebody else's. It's got a early image vibe. Like it looks like, bro, it looks like Rob Liefeld. It just does. Like here, I'm gonna show you. Let's see. Let's see.
This
I
was
don't know
like
if
before he started becoming a heroin addict, right?
Who, Liefield?
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know. But like, see, just got like these early image vibes where you've got these like overly like huge heads,
like over dramatic poses,
over dramatic, always, showing off. It's very, that's fine. Masculine chicks with big tits. That's fine. But I've seen it before. Like all of this is something that has been there before. It's been done. We've all seen the space opera. And then you look at this and you see something very different came out of Alexopolis. You've got these great iconic panels like this. This is fucking gorgeous stuff. All this gun work, this character. And then there's a scene, which anybody talking about this book has seen it because it's been everywhere. Well, maybe not everyone, but let me see if I can make it. This book is so fucking huge, dude, that it's hard to like even show with a camera. There we go. Let me see. There we go. Wide it out. There's so much character here. You see the rainfall. You see all the the attacking marauders. You see the cart. You can see the action. You can tell this cart is like tearing ass through it. There's character and care put into the art here. I understand George's frustration to some extent. He had to have labored over this motherfucker a ton. It's every page you turn, character, depth, texture. Is it super rendered? Is the color super high and like a MacBook screen? No, it's not that. This is like, bro, this scene right here, so much character, so much depth, so much said with so few words and so much panel right there with the ghost. And it's like, then you see the guys down below, they're like, oh shit.
Dude, also that book came out in what, oversized hardcover, so that's gonna be that just huge, would take a lot to just print, right? Because most people are printing like what, huge 24-page floppy. Yeah, that's a hardcover. That's a oversized hardcover. This
is a book, dude. This is a legitimate like French style Europe bande dessinée. Look at how much more art you're getting. I paid for this not much more than this.
That's the same quality as this. Sorry, everyone. Give me one moment. We guys don't hear a black guy coming down the street. That's the same paper as this. Oversized hardcover. Yeah.
Well, dude, it's not overly glossy paper, but it's thick. It's high quality paper. They didn't scrimp an ounce on this. I get why they don't feel like they made enough money. They didn't. I would have paid $60 for this. Probably even 75.
They made what, 350K on their campaign?
I think something like that, a little over that. I don't remember exactly.
George's thing, he said, was that they didn't make enough money on it. So what would see? That's the confusing part. How did a campaign make $350,000?
They didn't know they were going to do a colored hardcover, or they didn't know they were going to color it, and I think that took a lot of time and a bit more money to actually publish.
Well, and printing too. I think would really not just only ate up the money, wasn't just the shipping. Guys, do you know how much would it cost to print that style of book from a printer?
Oh, fuck ton, dude. This
probably
is
itself was about a good, man. I would say
I don't think I can see, like, holding it in my hand and touching this and feeling the weight of these pages as I move them. I kept thinking there was 2 pages there, and it's like, dude, no. But like, look at this. The care. This was black and white. I have the black and white right here, still sealed. Now that it's going to be limited, I may never open it. I don't know. This is all they intended to do right here was a black and white soft cover. And then they got an ask for these ads and they added them. They probably didn't address cost enough. And they understand that. And they don't know, like, now that they've set a standard, I think they're afraid that people won't pay more. I'll pay more. Give me book 2. But the care he put into the coloring on this as an afterthought, he captures northeastern Arizona's texture, the color palette of the whole area, the scenery and shit, dude. The way the sun sets out there. Like, the guy's lives in the East Coast and he nailed every single ounce of the way this book looks. Is it sad that they're not going to do a sequel? Yes. Maybe they sort it out. Maybe Iron, gets another artist to work on it. I don't know if this is co-owned. Maybe it is. And if
I'm pretty sure it is. George, I'm pretty sure George owns half the IP, which is another problem too. And I don't fault this on like Razor Fist. He really thought George did some good artwork there, and I think he did too. It's the fact that the difficulty in finding a new artist is the fact that now the money that they would potentially make on another campaign would get split 3 ways now.
Yep.
So you make even less money on it. So
maybe go with the format, scale it down to what Matt Wagner and Kel Jones did here on Dracula. I'm going to support this next book. This one, I think, is $35 on Kickstarter. Very good. Good stuff. This is another prestige format. Hardcover, quality paper. And if you're into Dracula, if you like Kelly Jones, he's got a very distinct kind of art style. I mean, this is for the season right here now, guys. This is, very spooky filled, bunch of bees, stuff going on with Dracula and some chick, but like, this is good. I really like this. They only offered it in a colored one. They didn't have like a whatchamacallit. They didn't do a non-hardcover or a black and white version or anything like that. So
and
I think the extra options.
It's a problem, man. That's the biggest line in the sand that no one understands is you could make 350K off a campaign like theirs, and they basically just broke even. And from a business point of view, that's not worthwhile to just break even if you're making that much money. But that's just crazy. I just couldn't imagine there's a world where you make that much money and you just don't profit anything. Like, what happened?
Well, it's because it cost them that much. They just didn't have a proper assessment of what it was going to cost to do this, what it was going to take. And that's unfortunate because they made something very great. And I mean, maybe that led to its success ever so slightly is because it was actually in a reasonable price point, but I would pay more money for another one of those hardcovers. I'm not even saying you have to give me more page count. Keep it that quality, and it's just, but I don't know. George didn't make enough for it, and he probably did need to make $1 million for them to do a lot of work, or to make what he was hoping. And you can tell just by looking at every single page in there, dude.
Yeah.
You couldn't, like, if you looked at that, this isn't one of George's, it's the eyes that give it away a little bit. Yeah. But if you look at that and you look at George's web comics, you can tell he went so many levels harder on that book than I've ever seen out of him. And I couldn't, if I didn't know, if his name wasn't on it, I wouldn't know who did it. I would just be like, who, like,
I don't know how many extra books they have left over, but if Razor Fist ever went to like a con or what are those, like those book signings that creators do, he'd sell out immediately. Those would sell out.
Oh yeah, dude.
Really fast. The problem here is now you potentially have one of the best indie comic books ever made. People had said that, and now it's not going to have a sequel follow up to it. Now, does everything need a sequel? Definitely no. But people need to consider this. The amount of time to even get a sequel would be so far along down the road to the point where at the point you got it, it would definitely, hopefully, feel worth it because it wouldn't come out instantly. I remember he took a while to even get this off the ground, and he has a big like market he can pull from. So I would say potentially do a trade paperback format for the next one, and definitely you would need to get a new artist because it looks like he's just probably going to end up doing that because George looks like he didn't make the money that he wanted to off a creator with a big pull like Razor Fist too. Because the other problem with this as well is that's the reason why people don't even make comics is because you just make no money doing it. And you're not even trying to be like some greedy asshole, like, oh, I just want all the money. I'm just a greedy fucking leprechaun. No, it's like you don't make money doing this because there's just not enough money in this market at all. You know, Eric July somehow tapped into that. I don't know where he got it. He just tapped into it. His fans are just endless supplies of money. But that's not going to be in everyone's case, though. It's just not, you know? Like, even local comic shops struggle to survive because, well, there's just... comics has a niche capped out market, you know? And then if you spread it out in, like, amongst different people trying to get an audience out of that, it's just going to be too much.
Well,
honestly.
yeah,
there's not enough there. That's just how it goes.
And comic shops' problems is also that every year that niche market ages out. There's more people
and gets smaller
than entering it.
If the quality of comics goes down, well, the people that were your customers leave, and since comic books prices have traditionally gone up, I think Thinking Critical did a video where he broke down the publishers that charge the most. Marvel and DC don't even charge the most. IDW and Boom charge the most. IDW, they only have Sonic, TMNT that sell for them,
and they have to pay for those IPs, dude, because they're not worth anything. So
that's the thing is we know they overpaid to keep the TMNT license. So I don't know how much money they sacrificed up front to do that. And remember, with Jason Aaron earlier this year, I don't know if they started it. I'm pretty sure they did. They relaunched their entire TMNT brand of comics with like new number ones. They did a Last Ronin, the Re-Evolution series, a sequel series to that popular one. And that's why, remember how we read that article from Bleeding Cool, where they basically want to, they want to create their own superhero universe, their own like thriller style comics. They want to make religious comics. I was like, okay. Nobody is reading comics for religion. Just putting it out there, at least in America. If you want to tap into America market, and you definitely don't want like the writers they have writing like fucking Christian stories. That's
no.
Oh God.
Well, if you want that, you can go pick up this.
Yeah, there's the Kingstone Bible.
It's already out there.
Hardcover, full color. Yeah.
Yep. And it's already there, so you don't need, I don't know that I need new ones. I mean, so you're going to do like the Jesus sequel or something, the Bible too. Yeah. People have already done that too, man. You can't even get around that one. So
yeah. And what does Boom have? Boom just have what? Power Rangers that they're relaunching with Across the Morphing Grid coming up in about a few weeks. And then they have Berserker, which is Keanu Reeves's series. They released an oversized hardcover edition for it, I think last week, but that's all I know that Boom Studios has. So, and it's like his Image versus Tom McFarlane's Spawn line. He's only charging $2.99. That's another thing that indie creators don't understand. Yeah, his entire line is $2.99 because he feels like a lot of people. He just doesn't trust that a lot of people have a lot of disposable income. So he prices his comic line low so that he'll get more people to buy them. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I know why he said it. Makes perfect sense to say that from a business point of view, but I imagine he doesn't make that much money on his comic book line.
I don't think
he's a filthy rich millionaire, so it doesn't matter anyway. So.
Yeah, he makes money on his toys.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe not even that quite so much. So
he realized the toy market's a lot more lucrative. Yeah.
Yeah, his DC stuff is good. Now he's doing Marvel shit, even though I thought Marvel was Hasbro exclusive, so that's interesting.
He's doing the whole G.I. Joe line, too. He has a lot of more brands now under him.
He is?
Yeah, he's supposed to be doing a G.I. Joe. He's supposed to be doing a G.I. Joe brand and Transformers. I know he did a Transformers Page Puncher. I have it in the other room over there. So I know that started.
The Page Punchers? I thought he was doing, you were going to say he was doing like,
I don't know.
Classified. I mean, that could explain why Classified is so good.
I could be wrong. Dude. So I remember the new stuff on his website is Warhammer 40K. You have DC Multiverse. Oh, wow. He has sports. Let me see. McFarlane Toys. Sports. I don't know why he does that. There's okay. Todd.
Some people buy those NFL figures, dude. I don't know.
Oh, good lord.
This G.I. Joe classified stuff has been hella good. I don't know if this is him, but
so under his brand, he has NHL, Game of Thrones, Dune, Avatar, and Demon Slayer that are other brands for him.
Yeah, whoever's doing G.I. Joe classified is
doing something. I know you like the compendiums.
Everybody's into them.
From Tim Drake and Nightwing. They released the original G.I. Joe comics in a compendium, issues 1 through 50. That looked pretty good.
Kickstarter?
The one where they didn't pay the creator almost anything.
Oh wow.
That's I would burn buildings down if that happened. Imagine a bunch of other people just get to be making that much money off your creations. It's disgusting. It's actually just gross. That's another reason why I think Rob Liefeld doesn't want to do Marvel in a bit. We'll get to that in just a moment here. Just a moment.
That's the unfortunate part about creating for one of the big companies is they basically get to keep your shit.
Yep. Yeah. Let's see. We're gonna go over this in just a moment. All right. Yeah, they dropped an image for it too a little bit. Give me a moment here. We're gonna go have some nice, good little video time with you guys. So I know you guys love the comic book news, and don't worry, there's a lot more news. I just pulled this stuff out because this stuff had to come first, and I wanted to go over it first because it's Deadpool year, because Deadpool Wolverine dropped, and I love me some Merc with the Mouth because I make quality content. You know, I did like the part of Deadpool Wolverine where they're just talking, and he's just like, "Do you ever just shut the fuck up?" Just, for some reason, that was just so funny. There were just so many random funny moments in that movie. The part where they're in that Honda Odyssey and he's just wailing into him. That motherfucker was crying, and you just couldn't see it. He was bawling in tears. Man. God, man. Holy shit. The part where he was like, "Yeah, can you get your fingers out of me?" Her fingers were deep in himself. Like, just fuck. That girl wanted to dig out his ass. Oh my God, looking for treasure in that shit. Oh God. Well, oh God. But yes, I will be sending Tiny something in a little bit here. She got something for me earlier. Not the clap. We don't have sex, that's disgusting. And I go to church, honestly, and I would never have disgusting intercourse with women. Yep. You know, it's Sunday and I have no job and I have nothing to do. All right. So, time to kick off with a banger. But just in all honesty, I hope Razor Fist can do another Ghost of the Badlands book. You know, it seems like, just when I was reading on Twitter, a lot of people liked it. If you could talk to George about maybe buying out his share of what he owns potentially to get another artist to continue the series, I doubt he'd do that, but it's a potential
Razor
option.
Could do it too. I believe Razor said that he's drawn before and drawn comics stuff before, so it'd be cool to see him just kind
that
of
detailed. Oh no, I like the guy, but that details. Nah, that's just.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of artist
he's gonna be drawing. He'll be drawing Rob Liefeld, Captain America, Secret Empire.
I don't think it'd be that bad, but let me see. What did he have a sketch in here? He might have had a sketch of his in here. I'm trying to think. I think he had page sketches. That's the original pencils. There's so much added into the back of this book too. They put a lot of stuff in here. Again, like a massive labor of love on both of their parts, frankly. It was so nicely done that it is disappointing to hear the way it went. I think he'd been trying to get it going for a while, but just it's too bad. It hit at the right time. It's a good Western at a time when Westerns are a little bit of an upswing. And I think it could have been good if it had the opportunity to continue to grow, but it didn't. Nope, I guess not. I thought he had a sketch in here, but maybe not. All right.
All right. Time to get some bangers done. All right. Woosah. It's all in. I'm in. I feel it. I feel it going inside me. Out of me. I feel Cassandra Nova's fingers going in and out of me like a hot day at the beach. I keep always forgetting Cassandra Cain is a version of Bad Girl. Cassandra Nova is a Professor X sister. It's like, oh, let's get these fucking Cassandras confused. All right.
Yep.
Hey, everyone. I am black as fuck. That's not a take. I'm just joking. I have to entertain everybody. That's what I do. I provide quality content here. Just saying. And guess what? Oh, we're basically black. We have the same mouse. I've honestly had this mouse for like 2 years, and this is the best mouse I've ever had in my entire life. This thing is amazing.
The Death Adder? I love the Death Adder.
It's a little weird because your finger to doesn't clap directly on it, but I think that's fine. So you don't like hurt it. But I'm more of a thumb in, thumb out kind of guy, you know? Well, yeah. Oh, keep in mind, guys, I want to say this. I met Sabajad in real life. He's about as tall as I am, and people would consider us short. You can bag a girl being short. You just got to have Riz. That's all it is. And your wife's shorter than you. So
not by much.
Yeah, because you're 5'9", 5'8". She's like 5'5", you said, I think?
I believe I'm 5'10" or 5'9". I don't know, dude. Measure myself often enough.
I just can't for the life of me understand why would someone consider someone 5'9" short? That's just like not. I guess
just
average.
5'9", 5'10", I think is about the general average for people.
EVS's stomach EVS's stomach just looks like the Earth on its rotating axis. That guy's fat.
Oh,
that image of him in the bondage gear getting pegged is it's too good.
Oh, some things I didn't need.
You know what's also funny? It's going through Facebook. Mandy Summers is on Facebook. I saw her profile. I wanted to friend her and send her a message request and be like, "Hey, yo, bitch, what it tastes like?" Just to get that.
Isn't that why she blocked you?
No. She blocked us because we just went over Student of God's post about her. We didn't even say he was right or wrong. We just said, we just went over and we're like,
I actively remember saying that it was, I don't know why we're even getting into it. Like, I wasn't necessarily defending her, but I wasn't calling her out for any of it.
We legit, I don't even know if she's retarded because she's from Alabama, so they're probably just retarded as fuck over there because they have sex with their
EVS blocked me because I defended John from Longbox after he told John he should break his neck again. And I'm like, dude, you're a dick. Like, who says that kind of shit?
God, good Lord. All right, let's go. Your mic ready for a hot banger? Oh,
it's always ready for something.
For the hottest banger out here. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Rob Liefeld returning to Image Comics. So Rob Liefeld is known to be the creator of the Marvel Comics superhero Deadpool. He also created Cable and other various members of the X-Force group, actually. So this guy's had a long storied career. I'm not going to get all into it. There's the crowdfunding shenanigans. There's his infamous image of his asshole that he drew. Oh, God. Woo! Nope, can't use that one. L take. That's not entertainment. That's just bad. Oh, God. That's just bad. Wow. Good thing we are not professionals. Holy shit.
Oh, I don't think anybody thinks that.
Oh,
nobody should think that. If they do, they're sorely disappointed already. I just realized I don't have the chat open. Should at least have the chat open.
There's a chat open? I don't look at what those clout chasers say. Oh, apparently Zachary Levy blasted Whoopi Goldberg in The View. That's good.
Dude, his red pill run his Shazam Red Pill run is it's pretty wild to see. I'm gonna say I didn't think I really expected to see that happen. All
People
right,
try to
let's see.
retroactively
Yeah,
act like he wasn't in like big blockbusters. They're like, well, we never had a career. He was in big
He had like
blockbusters.
7 seasons of Chuck on NBC or something, right? Oh wow,
What?
it's just WZ and YouTube. Is
Yeah.
everybody in Rumble?
I don't know if someone's. I don't check Rumble chat usually.
Bro, why
Because
not? That's where you got your start again, remember? You gotta get back to the Rumble, yo.
let me see. Did Rumble ever update your account with the new ad revenue? Because they did it for me last month on the 19th. I'll have to check right now
Oh yeah, might as well go look and see.
before we do that. Yeah, it's not loading for me right now. The fuck?
Bro, is Rumble down?
Is
I'm
Rumble
not getting
down?
it either. Oh shit, did they take out Rumble? Motherfuckers got Rumble.
Did they take out
No
Rumble?
way.
No way.
Bro. Let's see if we can get
Wow.
on my phone. Oh, dude, it ain't loading. Motherfuckers got Rumble. Who got them? Oh, wait, nope. It loaded.
Yeah,
What up?
loaded.
What up? What up?
It just must be our accounts. Give me one
Right?
sec.
They're like, no, fuck these guys.
Good lord. I
Now I gotta
know
go
they've
see.
almost been taken down by some people, but it didn't happen. That's just good. It's awesome.
Oh,
They don't
there
need
it
to be
went.
gone though.
Wow. That was interesting, dude. I've never seen it hiccup like that before. I don't think I have any new ad revenue. I don't make
Yeah, me
ad money.
neither. Yeah,
Oh,
this
I
one,
made 2 cents yesterday.
this is the
Yeah.
same ad revenue I've had since last month. So I don't know when they're gonna update this shit. The problem that I've had with Rumble is just they don't update the account
Oh,
earnings
dang. No,
often.
dude, this is wild. My ECPM was 286. I had 6 filled ads. I made 2 cents.
You made 2 cents. Hell yeah.
I know, right, bro? I had 29 filled ads and I made 7 cents with ECPM of 1 point. I don't know what decides your ECPM,
Me neither. Yeah.
but it's all mumbo jumbo and black magic and crap. I don't make anything off it. I'm
Me
not worried
neither.
about it, I guess.
Oh, there's about 2
Like,
people watching on Rumble. I don't even know if they're real, but if you are real, then thank you for watching over on Rumble. Thank you. I really
I
only
thought
just
you
put
usually
the
had
show
a
there
group of
just to
people
back
in
it up.
Rumble.
Yeah, even if you build on Rumble from the start, like I did when I lost the main channel, it just doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. You'd have to get like really, really big to have like an active chat. Like I've seen people my
Yeah,
size have an active chat, but you know, it's really hard to get. And people don't understand, I'm not really doing it to have like an active chat. I just enjoy having the conversation in general. That's what really just gets me through it. Just like this one.
I did a game stream last night that did pretty well. Where's that at? I
Oh, I
got
hear game
95
streams
views.
do very well. Yeah, game streams on
We played
Saturday
Among
did
Us.
very well. Oh, you played
We did
Among Us?
the game on Saturday. Yeah, we
I
were playing. I was on there for like 5 hours. Damn.
see that's what they
That's a long
want. They
stream.
want you to stream like 5 hours of gaming content. I mean, I've went max like 3 hours on League of Legends, but like, god damn, do I have to do a 3-hour League of Legends stream just to freaking?
How many views do you in those?
Let me see. I'll check right now before I do the video. All right, the last one we did was 2 hours, 29 minutes, 49 seconds. It was 54 views.
Not bad.
And
I don't know why
then the
that's so
one that I did
weighted for
before
you.
that, the one that I did, I think before the other one, which was like 3 hours long. Let me check really quickly. The one that was 3 hours long was what the hell? Number 6, number 5. I know I did one recently that was almost like 3 hours. No, they've all been pretty like just relatively okay for the most part. They've been about what, 40,
You're trying to push
50
games
views.
more now. So I don't know.
Yeah. Rumble. Oh, they made a gaming on Rumble Twitter account. I would suggest follow them when they're small because they actually followed me. And I mean, I'm gonna make more gaming content very soon. I'm just waiting on getting some stuff together. I'm not just not gonna not game because I love doing it. Despite okay. So the 3-hour stream I did, it was the episode 8 of me doing League. 3 hours, 7 minutes, 6 seconds. Yeah, 48 views. So the highest I'll peak is like 60 views if I go like 2 hours plus. So if I go for like 5 hours, then I might see a difference there. Because like there will be some people that'll watch on Rumble. You know, there's always that always happens. Sometimes I don't know if I've ever been featured because there was this one guy that I had on recently. He was in the Army, he was in the Air Force, and he said he got featured sometimes because Rumble will do like featured picks. You know, so you might have gotten featured one time. Let's see.
Actually, I don't know if I got featured, but I know there was a game streams I did once that I was in the top. I was in the top 10. I'd have to go back and look. Like I've got some screen caps of some of the Rumble streams that I did where I was having a good moment on Rumble. I'd make it onto their groups or their sections on the front page.
Yeah,
I think I made it to the front page once.
Let's see, because I would have to scroll down. Oh, so it's not technically featured. It's more like recommended creators. So like Film Threats recommended, but they don't just recommend bigger people because Film Threat only has like 3K followers on there. There's a girl that only has like 1K. There's a guy named Tyler Travis with like 446 followers. You know?
Yeah,
but getting featured is so hard. I wouldn't even attempt that shit.
It is. Let's see, where was that? Oh, here we go. No, is that it? That's not it. I don't remember which section this was under. I was streaming Starfield and I made it into the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I was number 9 in the top 10.
Really? No way.
It's on page 1 of gaming, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Once upon a time. Where else did I get on here?
So you have my feed featured. Yeah, where is the featured section? I don't even know if you are featured because they never.
I was number 2 on gaming feature. I was doing Friday Night Fights and I was just doing crimes in Cyberpunk 2077. Number 2 behind Techivore, but I think they displayed us on the if you go to the gaming section on the homepage. Okay. I was number 2. I think that's the most I ever got pumped before. It was pretty cool.
Oh, to be featured, they have to put you up in the very, very beginning. Okay, so let's do. Well, what are we under? Like podcasts and stuff? I don't know what are we under specifically? We on Rumble
probably under
we'd be under. Yeah, just chatting. I think something like that.
Probably
so let's go.
Secondary category.
No, we're not even on page 1, honestly. What's on page 1 is a guy named
most of my time.
Grasshopper. Imagine losing to a guy whose name is Grasshopper. Fucking crazy. It's actually insane. Let's see. Home. And we're going to do, oh my God, categories. They do it? I'll just browse. I don't even know where we're at in the show. Good Lord. We're probably in just chatting. Yeah, we are. Probably. We're in just chatting. We're number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're 5th on just chatting. Awesome. There we go. It's a step in the right direction, everyone. We're getting featured in bottoms. Hell yeah. But enough about that. You guys are here for comic book news. So if you're on Rumble and you're like, damn, there's comic book news here. Yes, my channel will be the biggest at it eventually. So let's say Rumble does grow and Rumble pops off to be this big thing. Well, you know what's crazy? I already built on there. I don't got to compete for no followers. I've already have an inbuilt follower base. All the new followers come to the channel. They'll see all this nice plethora of content there. There was a show called the Iron Man Podcast. It lasted 600 episodes. There's like league streams. There's everything there for you. You're like, Rumble doesn't have anything with politics. Yeah, I'll be the guy without politics. And you guys get all that great content. But nevertheless, I gotta get this done. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Rob Liefeld, who is the co-creator of Deadpool and Cable. So he has had a interesting history in the comic book industry. And no, I'm not going to talk about his crowdfunding shenanigans that he pulled where he almost allegedly has not fulfilled on a 50K comic book campaign. So he's someone where his art, I would say, has actually improved over the years if you look at his previous work until now. And recently, you know, the Deadpool Wolverine movie came out. He's been very happy with that. Obviously, he probably made a lot of money from it because it made over $1 billion freaking dollars and still making money still to this day. Right now, currently, at the time of me recording this video, Deadpool and Wolverine's run should end very, very soon. And I'm pretty sure he's happy with the fat paycheck that he got. So he's also been happy about the other Deadpool movies doing well at the box office in that timeline. So I also want to be a black guy who eats out pussy and ass. Yeah! They're doing great! Okay, third time's a charm. I'll be honest. Okay, I want to be entertaining. I want to be black. I'm just kidding. No, I want to be white. I want to be white. Being white is perfect. Okay, I'm just gonna fuck just white women only.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Oh my God! Wow!
Wow. Crazy. Okay,
Get it all out? Did you get it all out?
All right, let's go. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Rob Liefeld returning to Image Comics. So if you guys don't know this, Rob Liefeld is the creator of Deadpool and Cable, and he has had an interesting history in the comic book industry. But in this video, because it pertains to Rob Liefeld, I am not going to talk about his $50,000 comic book campaign that he has not fulfilled. That just automatically makes him a piece of shit, in my opinion, because that's just essentially stealing a lot of people's money and then not giving them their product. So hopefully, maybe down the road, he'll do it. But at this point, just like EVS, I wouldn't expect that book coming out anytime soon. So just like my dad not existing in my life, that's when that book is going to happen for that fate as well. Not existent. So he's on Twitter. I do follow him. He has some interesting takes every once in a while. He is a very big proponent of the indie comic scene, actually, because as you guys know, he was one of the original founders of Image Comics with obviously John Lasseter and Jim Lee and Tom McFarlane and all those guys, right? And recently, he's made probably a lot of money because Deadpool and Wolverine came out and made $1 billion plus. Now, he obviously made a lot of money because of the other Deadpool movies coming out as well, and he was very happy with that. So I imagine that this movie hitting that $1 billion plus made him really happy. But then about, like, let's say a few months ago, I'm pretty sure you saw this on his Twitter page, he wrote this, like, big, long, like, twit longer Donzo manifesto of basically, he's denying this, but he literally said it himself. He said he's basically retiring from drawing and writing for Deadpool. That's it. He literally said that. He's basically just going to have the very last Deadpool series come out, which is Deadpool Team Up, which is currently going to be on issue 3 at the time of me recording this video. And then after that's finished with Deadpool Team Up, issue number 5, it's a 5-part miniseries, then that will wrap up his Deadpool legacy at Marvel Comics. So in the next video, you guys will see after that, we're going to talk about the Deadpool getting replaced. We haven't talked about that yet, but we'll go over that in the next video because we have to talk about this first because obviously he is the creator of Deadpool. Thought I'd only make it more fitting, right? So you kind of figure that after he wrote that like big, giant, long 3-paragraph essay about basically retiring from Deadpool, well, where's he going to go? So come to find out, he's going back to Image Comics, actually. Reunited, and it feels so good. Going back to your roots. That's how it works. Or maybe he's going back to sniffing heroin or can't draw feet, actually. Keep on, this is the same guy who drew that oversized buff Captain America for Secret Empire, the series where Captain America revealed he's been with Hydra the entire time. Just absolutely one of the most dumbest ideas probably in modern comics history. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Straight up trash. So I'll ask you, man, what's your general thoughts and opinions on Rob Liefeld?
Isn't he just coming back and doing Youngblood again?
Yep.
Like, seriously, I want to look up these characters, dude. Like, because this is the problem I always had with Youngblood. I don't know what it is he was ever really doing with it because they weren't Youngblood. Give me the comic. COMIC.
Okay, so apparently someone else bought the property from Image Comics. Like they would print it under Image Comics, but someone else owns it actually. So apparently,
I wonder who owns it.
Yeah, so apparently he's entered into some sort of like deal with said person to basically, make merchandise for it, comic books.
He sold it because that was his book. He did this book. That was his thing. But see, this is the thing about the characters that were always in there. They were all basically some kind of take on something he had already done before.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was basically just X-Force. Let's see. You've got the like main guy on the team. It's like some sort of crossover between Captain America and Hawkeye. Whatever. You've got chicks with big boobs. You've got a Hulk wannabe. You've got somebody who looked kind of like Shatterstar in there at some point. You've got, I mean, dude, here's the one here. Yeah, that was the guy I was trying to think of. Like straight up Deathstroke looking guy here that are all just done with all of the like weirdly. I never understood this. There was always like these multicolored like straps on their legs, and it never made sense. It's like, is that are there pouches there? Is it some kind of like leg strap for a gun? Like what are going on with this? The designs were always weird to me, but this guy straight up looks like Deathstroke. But they all were just, there was nothing engaging about the book ever. I have Youngbloods here and there, but it never. The characters were never developed
that was
in a way
one of
that
those
popped.
like you said that was one of those like Image Comics books that would come out at the time where the art was really good, but the writing just really wasn't there.
Yeah, it just didn't exist. The characters didn't exist. There was nothing that popped off the art popped off the page, but the characters were uninteresting, unappealing, lacking ankles.
Yeah. Rob
Liefeld,
Liefeld,
etc.
Oh my goodness! Thank you, DoorDash, for the ad.
It never
I really
came
needed
out
that.
either. Like the book was so like what's the longest run this book ever had? 5 issues maybe, and it would take him a year to get them out, and it would get canceled. They'd relaunch it again as Team Youngblood or Youngblood Extreme, and he kept trying to do all these various things with it that never worked. Now it looks like there was 22 actual issues that ran. So it started November 1, 1994. But let's see there. So that's Team Youngblood.
Yep.
Where's the other one at? So here's Team Youngblood again.
Yeah.
I don't know what Riptide Explosion is. I'm going through these covers here. Yeah, but where is the original one? Like in the art, it's so much because there's so much distance between when they were first published and
didn't Rob Liefeld try to push that other book that he pushed out this year? It was the one where he was selling it on his whatnot. I forgot the name of it. It also had blood in the title too.
Oh God, who knows?
Yeah, like that didn't take off at all, honestly. So I wanted to bring this up. So I understand why he doesn't want to do anything more for Marvel Comics with Deadpool. Is because even if he does have a good selling Deadpool run, Marvel Comics owns that character, even though he created it, and they make all the money off of it. So I understand him wanting to basically kind of just go and do his own thing by himself and make all the money potentially from a new property. But he tried doing this with another comic book he was selling on his whatnot. I think it was called Youngblood or something. You know, I forgot. Like,
no,
it had
was
the title
Youngblood.
Blood in it.
What is it? Team Youngblood. Where is the? No, this is Team Youngblood. So this was 1994. He'd already relaunched the title again, but he took this title to other publishers too. It wasn't just at Image.
Yeah,
he went somewhere else and published it for a minute as well, and I don't remember what the name of the company was. Now it's going to drive me nuts. Go back to Google. All right, Youngblood Comics. I don't care about that. I want to know. Rob Liefeld returning to Youngblood from Hollywood Reporter. Why do you guys care? I'm curious. Youngblood. Oh, here we go. Image Comics database. So there was a character Supreme. That was one of the other ones that he did. It was written by Alan Moore. That's weird. Alan Moore got involved.
Oh, I found it.
Version of Youngblood was introduced.
It was the one he did it earlier this year. It's called Project. It was called Last Blood. It It was the character that had the giant like metal helmet on him. He looked like a Greek goddess, a Greek god or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that didn't take off at all. So I hope if he's returning back to Image Comics for this, it's worth it. Rob Liefeld returns to Youngblood after 7 years, writing and drawing a new series from Image Comics in 2025. Article summary. Rob Liefeld returns to Youngblood in 2025, reviving his iconic comic series with Image Comics. Youngblood Vault Edition features high-resolution scans of original art, celebrating its 33rd anniversary. Scott Rosenberg and Liefeld reunite, reigniting passion for the groundbreaking 1992 series. Rob reflects on Youngblood's impact and its initial million-copy success without gimmicks. Interesting. We'll see how that turns out.
I'm not even sure when this, like, it says it was 1984, but that's not when this launched. I think that's a story title. Like, even here, it's like 1984, the American government created the Youngblood super team, and Marcus Langstrom, codenamed Sentinel, was the first member to sign up. It's like, bro, okay. So we're a little
Jim Lee is
familiar
back on
territory
Batman. There. Jim Lee is back on Batman, and now Rob Liefeld is back on Youngblood. What kind of day is this? Once upon a time in 1992, Rob Liefeld published Youngblood, the debut issue of Image Comics. At some point, as various deals were done, as studios such as Extreme, Maximum, Awesome, and others were funded, Liefeld ended up handing the rights to Youngblood to producer Scott Rosenberg, the investor and producer behind Malibu Comics, Platinum Comics, Men in Black, and Cowboys and Aliens, now owned by Rip Media Incorporated, with Rosenberg and Glenn Egert as co-presidents. And then Scott Rosenberg sold them to the recluse publisher of Elementals and Comic Co., Andrew Rev, along with Supreme, as Rev launched a new publisher to put out new Supreme and Youngblood comics, all of which came to nothing. So this was an image that dropped on the Hollywood Reporter, and this looks kind of cool, I guess.
It's not bad. The art is good, like I said, but
looks like all of the other stuff he draws.
I guarantee you, nobody could tell you what any of those characters' powers are. No one. No one but Rob Liefeld.
Archery, I guess. This guy looks like the Hulk, so I imagine he's just a raging brute monster, and I don't even know who the fuck that's supposed to be.
I mean, yeah, but we're taking guesses here. Nobody knows these. This is just something that...
I'll ask you this. Youngblood number 1 drops next year in 2025. Would you give it a chance to pick it up for a number 1?
I don't really care.
I would try out issue 1. I'll try issue 1 to see if I like it.
One. It looks like Casey, Donovan, and Crabtree did a... This is the new Youngblood that was published by somebody, not Image. Let's see, does it even mention Liefield? It doesn't mention Liefield, so I'm guessing this is after it was bought. Oh, no, it is by Image. It's got a bunch of new characters. Oh, no, Liefield did do this cover, though, so never mind. He's involved in some way. That looks even more like X-Force. Like, look at this. This looks like a straight up... It constantly is him aping. I'm putting it in XDMs. This is him constantly aping a property that he used to be involved with, is what I get.
Yeah.
The designs just look like that. They just look like something he's already touched before.
And I'll say he's had the same art style since he's been doing Deadpool for a little bit there. I mean, this is a fine art style. There's nothing great about it, but it's realistic. It's fine. And while Rob Liefeld did not have any kind of words for Rosenberg or Rev and spoke about saying goodbye to Youngblood, it seems that needs must when the devil drives. Okay. All right, Rich, trying to sound more smarter than you are. Just shut the fuck up. And so in 2025, Rob Liefeld will once again return to Youngblood, writing and drawing a new series for Image Comics for the first time in 7 years, and in conjunction with Scott Rosenberg and Rip Media Incorporated. This is the quote. "It's so great that I can run into the comfort of characters that I created that launched a movement that carries such history. I love Youngblood so much. These characters are my absolute passion. Image Comics will publish Youngblood Vault Edition, their version of Scott Dunbier's artist editions with high-resolution scans of the original art from the first Youngblood series in a deluxe oversized hardcover. There will also be a Face Smile edition of Youngblood #1, timed to its 33rd anniversary in 2025. Rob and I are a fantastic team, and I'm as excited now for Youngblood's relaunch as I was in 1992's for its initial launch, said Rosenberg, adding, I'm excited to bring them to audiences old and new with their original creator, Rob Liefeld. Kind words considering what went down. Well, I guess the old saying is time heals all wounds, which is bullshit. I just say that because I'm just a true optimistic heart. like if I went on Twitter and I said, Savage Dad, you're a fat N-word, sand N-word, you're a bitch. 20 years from now, hey man, I need a place to stay, man. I'm homeless. Holy shit.
I am fat, dude. I need to lose some weight. I've got to send some pants back because I bought ones that are too small. I am right now.
Previously,
so.
Rob Liefeld told me, I have nothing to do with Youngblood. It's dead to me. And in 2020, it looked like he was creating his own Youngblood-alike property, EKO 92. This guy just makes stuff that just doesn't hit with people anymore. He did Last Blood. He literally did that this year. It went nowhere. It legit went nowhere. And this is another image of Youngblood. I'm pretty sure this is going to be on. This is the variant. This is the cover for issue 1. I can tell this is the cover for issue 1. This is easily one.
Yeah.
All right.
So many of these characters, just names. Like I'm looking through the Wikipedia for it. Like he's been trying to push this forever. It was in and it just for some reason, like he was done with it, dude. He never started with it. He had no idea. This is what happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Rob Liefeld got approached by Jim Lee, Todd, and a bunch of the other guys that were like, "Hey, we're gonna leave Marvel and do our own shit." And he wanted to be cool. He wanted to join them, but he had no original ideas at all. So he sat down with a couple comic books on his desk with different characters around and started drawing and made some shit up. Like the guy, guess what his name is? Shaft. He's a former FBI agent with a special bow. Because we haven't seen that shit before.
Oh, shit.
And then he just made a bunch of other characters that are vaguely similar, like are mashups of characters he either saw somewhere else or was involved with, and God only knows. But so I'm trying to find out what happened to it, because I swear to God, it printed on somewhere other than Image for like a half second and then disappeared again as well. I know he had other people work through it. Let's see, publishing. Let's see, Youngblood were published intermittently between that's nice. April 92 and July 93. 4 months passed between publication of issues 3 and 0, apparently, and 5 months between 4 and 5. Again, what we keep saying, back then, this is how wild that is, bro. Think about that right now. Back then, that was irregular. 4 or 5 months between issue 4 and issue 5, that was not normal. Now we got people out here telling us like 4 or 5 years is fine if the book's quality. Bro,
like keep in mind, even back then, for those standards back then, late books were unacceptable. Guys, late books are never acceptable, no matter who you talk to. The book needs to come out on time. Youngblood was Rob Liefeld's media-influenced superhero comic, and it was the comic that saw him break away from success at Marvel Comics. Initially advertised as coming from Malibu Comics and promoted as created by him and current DC SVP Hank Canals by the time it was published. It was the first Image Comics title, and Hank was just the scripter of the first issue, selling millions. It was soon followed by Spawn, Wildcats, Savage Dragon, Shadowhawk, Wetworks, and Cyberforce. It transformed the direct comics market overnight, showed creators that they could have a big success away from the big two, and was the basis of an entire studio from Rob Liefeld. It has been revived a few times over the years, switched publishers, was even written by the likes of Kurt Busiek, Mark Miller, and Alan Moore for some time, and was also promoted as being picked up by Netflix, and then not anymore. We were meant to get Youngblood Blood Wars, but without joy. And then Andrew Rev failed to deliver as well. Yeah, because Netflix, they gave, and I love Mark Miller, so keep in mind, I love what he's doing.
Awesome.
They paid Mark Miller basically a king's ransom, probably a lot of money, to do a comic book series based off Miller World, and the only one we got was Jupiter's Legacy. And I didn't mind the Jupiter's Legacy comic books. I have them, but that series was yikes. Let's just say that. So Netflix tried to go all in on, we're gonna have our own MCU super universe. Yeah, that didn't work at all. A few years ago, looking back on 1992, Liefield said, if you happen to walk into a comic store on April 17th, 1992, chances are you encountered an all-new comic book from an all-new comic label. That was the day that Youngblood was launched and Image Comics officially arrived. 28 years ago, y'all showed up in overwhelming droves to the tune of 1 million copies. We even sold out early that morning. Yeah, people forgot to factor this in. Image Comics, when it was made and when they actually put out their titles, it was big. You had people literally lined out the door for it. That's how big it was.
Yeah, dude, it was huge.
That's how many people were going to comic book shops. You know how, like, for movies, you had people camping outside for movie titles, like Star Wars, Harry Potter, Twilight. That happened for comic book shops at one point. Where's that love? Well, we don't have it anymore.
Gone.
I was stunned at the reception. The morning started out with me preparing for a signing at Gapple Comics to launch the book, and it ended with me being on a talk show later that evening. It was a whirlwind of a day that I'll always remember as if it were yesterday afternoon. Youngblood was born of true love, pure passion for comic books, and an evolution of all that I'd started at Marvel Comics with Cable, Deadpool, Domino, and a whole bunch of characters you had never heard of before. I created X-Force. It was time to share more of what was in my notebooks and control the creative destiny of all of those ideas and concepts. There was no animosity with Marvel. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, fuck off. I will always be grateful for the folks I worked with. Yeah, the ones that don't pay you jack shit. Yeah, fuck off, Rob. Shut the fuck up. Who will let my young ambitions fly free. That's just so disingenuous. Then why not keep working with them then? Rob, shut up. I just had an instinct that this was a time to let all of the ideas fly. Youngblood sells 1 million copies without a single variant or specialty, cover, or gimmick of any kind. Can you imagine that in today's market? There was no Youngblood before April 1992. It was a fresh out of the gate. We were the gimmick that drove sales, the talent that fans rallied around. Youngblood was the incubator for an entire universe that followed. Prophet, Brigade, Bloodstrike, Berserkers, and so many more. I viewed it as my Fantastic Four, which birthed Black Panther, Inhumans, and Silver Surfer. Thank you to all of you that showed up in 1992 and stayed all the years that followed. While the rights to Youngblood are a hot mess, the result of a bad deal I did with people who are not terribly bright some 20 years back.
That's who it was. Yep. I was trying to remember. Awesome Comics was where Youngblood moved when it left when it left Image, and Alan Moore wrote and created characters for it that are gone. They don't exist today, but it was all Awesome Comics was basically written or I don't know if Alan Moore was involved with them, but they basically disappeared. But they had but it was like a startup comic book company that they picked up Youngblood because that's where Liefield was probably getting paid more. They bought it or brought him over with it. But apparently he did end up with it back at Image at some point. Yeah, I was going through this stuff here, but this is such a fraught mess, a constant mess of Rob Liefeld basically not being able to work on this book and desperately trying to get somebody else to write it for him because he couldn't. But the premise was always so bad that nobody ever gave enough of a shit. Not even Alan fucking Moore and Mark Millar ever gave this book depth. Why? I don't know why this is even news. This is Liefield never cared about these characters or this book, and nobody else.
Also, you don't buy that bullshit emotional gag that he's given people.
No, it's bullshit. It's a sales pitch. He doesn't care about it. He said as much. That's why he sold the idea.
Yeah. That's another thing
and
that
nobody
no one
did
picked up
anything
with the
with
story.
it.
Yeah, that's the thing. No one's picked that up with this story. Guys, if he cared this much about Youngbloods and it sold 1 million, I'm not saying they didn't sell that much. I'm not saying he's lying. But if it sold this much and he made these characters because he wanted something truly of his own that didn't belong to the big two, why did he sell it to all these different people? Multiple times.
Why would he never write it?
Thing.
Why could he never write it at all? He had Kurt Busiek plotting it even. It wasn't even that he couldn't do a script. He couldn't even plot for these characters.
Mm-hmm.
What in the real fuck? Like, why? Nobody cares about this book. This is going to do worse than Ghost Machine, dude. Nobody cares. Nobody's ever really given a shit about Youngblood. Like I said, he had no ideas when he left Marvel with everybody else, but since a bunch of the guys he hung out with were going and they were cool.
And he hit it lucky that day. He hit it lucky in 1992.
He got lucky.
Yeah.
And well, what he did is he used the influence and likeness of a bunch of different characters, mashed a couple of them up, and made a bullshit story from a very simple premise, and then never knew at all what to do with any of it to make it engaging or interesting, so it never sold. And then he just couldn't do anything with it, so he constantly tried to find somebody else to write it, somebody else to do something with it, borrowed characters from other creators to make it be interesting, and then eventually sold it because somebody had too much money. And
keep in mind, the other person that had it, the guy Rosenberg, he's had it, not done anything with it because he realized to himself he probably overpaid for an overrated property from a guy that has more known value in his name because of stuff he did at Marvel. Keep in mind, guys, people know Rob Liefeld. He obviously helps create Image, but what he's truly known for is creating Deadpool and Cable and X-Force. The stuff that he's created at Image pales in comparison to the stuff that he's created for Marvel, and you know that probably sucks for him because he's never going to make the money that he deserves for creating those characters. Ask this to yourself. If he cares this much about Youngblood, why is he not trying to get it back after all these many years? Guys, it's 2024. Okay, this book has been passed around as a property between how many publishers did we run through? Like five at least in the last
of stuff at Image.
15 years.
Well, what's funny is it was a bunch of these publishers that paid him big money for it. Every single one of them crashed and burned. Awesome Entertainment. That's right. Who were these guys? It was up there for. Oh, here's even more funny shit. Never mind. It wasn't that they bought it from him. It's that he tried to create it with Jeff Loeb and it failed in 3 years. You know what it was? I bet he sold Youngblood to get out of the debts he owed for it. Because you know what happened with that Youngblood series over there at Extreme Awesome whatever? I don't know that it made more than 3 issues. I might have all 3 of those issues. I should look it up. Let's see. Alan Moore wrote Supreme there. And that apparently, I think that actually did all right. I think some people liked that. But yeah. Youngblood and Glory. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, there was Alan Moore was involved. They must have paid him a shit ton of money. And yes, Jeff Mitsuda had a really cool book there. McGinnis. I don't remember what McGinnis did there. Churchill and Loeb. That interesting. Yeah, he had a good idea. Jeff Mitsuda did Jackie Chan Adventures, TMNT. He did good work, but he had an interesting book there. I don't remember what it was called. But Tom Strong. Oh yeah, was Tom Strong at Awesome? That ended up over back at Image, but that was a big one for what's his name as well. Yeah.
Well, I'll ask you, man. You're not interested in getting a Youngblood #1?
Don't care. Nah. Dude, I never cared beforehand. It was never interesting.
Like when this came up as news, I was like, this guy's just writing out a sob story for himself, and I'm supposed to feel sorry for this guy? Like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna put this out there right now. Ethan Van Sciver is Indie Comics Rob Liefeld. Changed my mind.
Oh god. So just want to point out, I will grab #1. I'll see if it's worth my time. You know, maybe Rob Liefeld's gonna write a good story. Keep in mind, I don't have faith in this because this book
hitting it.
Yeah, he's writing it. Yeah, he's gonna do art and write it. That's what they said in the article too, and all the other outlets corroborate on it too. Yeah, he's gonna write and draw. I guess that saves money on the variant covers. Keep in mind,
I don't know, man.
the reason why I'm not hyped is because this book's been passed around more than my wife has in town, and even legendary writers like Mark Miller and Alan Moore couldn't make it work. Even its own creator didn't want it many times. So, will it work out? Are you guys interested in it? Well, we'll find out when it drops in 2025. So, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you're a returning viewer or new viewer, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King. We're signing out, guys. Peace. We got a lap. Oh, okay. Now I have to edit that out. So thank you for that.
That's the end.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's your outro signal.
I'm trying to look up the next one. It's super fast. Give me like one. This next one, guys, is going to be major juicy. So juicy, like my wife's asshole.
That juicy? Like, like that juicy? Wow.
Deadpool. No! Fucking hell. I don't know how far back my history goes. My computer.
Hopefully not too far back for your sake.
Oh, no, I need it. Oh, no, I do. No one wants Planet of the Apes comics. What the fuck? That shit into my face.
Probably. Maybe. I don't know.
No one, no. The only people that want Planet of the Apes comics are black people. Just pointing out. Let's do Deadpool comics discussing film. Okay. Can't see it. If I had to tweet it, so much more easier. Nope, not put Deadpool Wolverine, but that doesn't do it. This, if I can't find it, then we'll just cap that off tonight. Then just 1 sec. Deadpool comics. There we go. This should do it. This should do it. Okay.
Get it.
Found it. Literally found it right now. I'm a fucking genius. Oh, sorry, Rich Johnson. I can't use your website because your website kills us. Oh, you sent it to me on Amazon. Oh, awesome. I'll get this when I get paid again. What's this? The all new, what's this? Youngblood Volume 1, Focus Tested. What an ironic name.
No, dude, I was saying, look at the artwork, man. If you look up some X-Force in the same era.
It's written by Joe Casey, art done by Derek Donovan?
Yeah.
Okay. The paperback. They're charging for this.
Yep.
They're charging less than $6 for this.
That's adequate. Hey, it's a book that you can read and look at.
I'm just pointing out, if someone dropped a trade paperback for a one-shot like series that ran for like 5 issues and they're charging like less than $5 for it, that shit must have been some trash. Just pointing out, I'm not saying it is, but it's usually just the signs of something being bad.
Probably.
Yeah, dude, look at the first review. The first review is Youngblood is notoriously known for its shaky history due to its lack of consistency and cohesive storytelling. That's the first review on Amazon.
Yep.
Okay. All right. John, what's up, man? How are you doing? You sleep with a pillow that's been passed around? Nope. Nope. I have sex with a girl. That's just how that works.
What's up, John? Oh, Emily. Good evening to you as well, Emily. Nice seeing you there.
So the reason why I wanted to the reason why I wanted to push this up for you guys is because I wanted to also this next video is gonna be a little bit more layered. So I have to show you guys this. Dude, we haven't looked at the ICV2 numbers for comic sales for a minute. What month are we in? We're in October, right? So we need the sales for September. And keep in mind, the last time we looked at these, DC did not have a top selling book in the top 10. That was
bad. They could be back with with the
Could be
new
back.
universe stuff, though.
Okay, do you want to see graphic novels first? We'll do graphic novels and we'll do comics then, because I have to have
Yeah,
the
let's
comic
do it.
one for the video anyway. All right, I imagine Ultimate Spider-Man's gonna kill it on the graphic novel sales. It has to be. If it doesn't, then we're all fucking screwed.
More than likely, dude.
Top 20 graphic novel sales, September 2024.
There it is.
Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. Yep.
Yep. The death of you can already hear the death of DC's alternate universe comics. I give them 6 issues.
Batman
I still haven't read
Hush,
that.
DC Compact Comics is
That makes
4.
sense.
All-Star Superman, DC
The compact comics are hitting.
Yeah. Court of
I got
Owls.
Court of Owls.
Yeah,
Dude,
I have these both,
$10,
honestly.
bro, $10 for this. This is
Did you get the
much
Watchmen
like
one?
no.
Watchmen one is
I already
thick.
bro, I have the OG original.
Yeah. That's the problem, is that some of
Love
these
the
stories,
trade.
like, if you're people like us, you already have these in like trades and hardcovers.
I
like,
don't have this.
Yeah.
I never read Snyder's run on Batman because I didn't fucking care about DC. What was it?
New 52.
New 52. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently this is a good story, so I picked it up. I'm gonna give this a read. But dude, this is a fine for $10. That's a good chunk of story. And as I
there's
said
more
this
coming
before,
out.
great format.
Yeah.
And you know what? No gloss. I don't need glossy paper. Did they cut down on the price of the paper? Sure.
I think the spines
chopped
need
the
to be a
book
little
price
bit better.
down.
That's all. My only problem is the spines on the book need to be better.
Spine's a little tight.
Yeah,
I'll give
it's
it
a little
that.
tight,
But
just
if
like my
it's
wife's
thick,
pussy. You know, it's fine.
if it's you should admit that. But if it's a thicker book, I would imagine it's going to be harder to peel each
Look
page
at this right
open,
here for
but
DC. Joker DC Compact Comics number 15. Watchmen is 17. I think Watchmen's a little, that's low for Watchmen. 17? But
a lot of people might have that,
but
though.
a lot of
That's
people
been
already
around
own
a
this.
while.
A lot of people own this in hardcover trade
Yeah.
already. Not Blue, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Volume 1. As a Volume
Wow.
1, it's already $15. Ooh.
Last Ronin is still in the top 20 here. Number 14, bro.
Is it 14? Oh, it finally got knocked down.
Void Rivals is even doing well. Void Rivals 2.
Yeah, Void Rivals. Yeah,
I mean, basically,
Rivals
issue 2 is still in the top 20. That's going to tell you right now the Energon universe has got legs then.
I even told people, I have, okay, so Batman Hush, I have a trade. I have the omnibus for it. I don't know if I would want a compact comic version for it unless I just wanted a reader's copy, but it's $5.99. I mean, people factor in, the books cost $9.99, but if you buy them off like Amazon or whatever, they're like $5.99. You could even go to mycomicshop.com and get one for like less than MSRP if you really wanted it. Chainsaw Man Volume 16, Stray Dogs, all that stuff. I heard Avengers Twilight is worth it. I'll check it out eventually. Comp by dollars. Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1, you knew was going to sell very well because, well, issue 1 of this sold gangbusters. Enough for 7 reprints of issue 1 on the market. Crazy. All right. So top 50 comic book sales.
Whoa.
What's in the top 10? Did DC make the top 10 this month? Well, they did. Batman, issue number 152, Absolute Power, came in at number 6. DC All-In Special number 1, One Shot. Well, of course, that's going to be in top 10. And you have Absolute Power, 3 of 4. So that's the 3 out of the 4 issue miniseries event that leads into All-In. I have the DC All-In Special number 1, One Shot. I'll be reading that very, very soon. And then I'm going to read Absolute Batman because I'm doing that in order for the new Marvel Comics and DC Comics Ultimate Universe because they started out relatively new. So I can get things in order. I usually like to do things in order if I can. And then with comic books, it's kind of hard to do things in order. You're talking about more volumes and hardcovers to collect all the series. But for DC and Marvel Comics' new Ultimate Universe, I'll be doing things in order. Just like we do with the Ripperverse, because it just started, so might as well do it in order anyway. Exceptional X-Men is number 4. Exceptional X-Men is number 1 is number 4. That is cringe.
Wow. It's interesting to see.
This is just a
Wolverine
Kitty
back
Pryde
in the number 1 slot.
This is just a Kitty Pryde slice of life book. How the fuck is that number 4?
Well, dude, I don't know, dude. It's interesting. I'm wondering if
Oh, I have this. I heard it's good.
Pushing
Yeah.
Wolverine and
they're pushing
the
X-Men
again.
Yeah, so
Dude, it's been a long time.
Had Wolverine Deep Cut. He's had Wolverine's Revenge. He's had, well, obviously From the Ashes, his own title. Then he had Predator versus Wolverine earlier this year. Remember that?
Yeah,
he's
I
had a
wanna pick that up.
lot of stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, dude. For the longest time, back when Disney didn't own the film rights, they let that shit die on the vine, dude. They did the X-Men like as dirty as they could. They wouldn't market it. They put the worst creatives on it with the worst editorial edicts for the books that made it all terrible. They did a bunch of
No.
they did it like it was that
Transformers.
era where they did everything they could to piss all the fans off. Transformers dropped out of the top 10, but just barely.
It's just number 11. And to be fair, it'll probably
number
be back
11
there.
or
There's a
12.
lot of number ones here.
Yeah.
Exceptional X-Men's not staying here, guys. Guys, this is a Kitty Pryde slice of life book about her selling being a barista. There's no
Wolverine's not staying there. I don't think Uncanny X-Men is staying in there.
That's the Gail
Like selling
one.
more than Ultimate Spider-Man. I don't think so.
Batman: The Long Halloween, the last Halloween for an issue 1 is 16. That's not that bad. But you, Venom War, Ultimate Spider-Man, Wolverine's Revenge, so there. 13 Storm, Scarlet. Yeah, Scarlet's gonna get its trade very, very soon. It should be dropping like next month. Yeah, I'll just buy the Destro and Scarlet trades. I'll just get all the stuff in trades.
I have Destro ordered already, so waiting for that.
World's Finest, Avengers Assemble, Moon Knight, X Factor, Deadpool number 6. Okay, this will tie in perfectly to the video anyway. Perfect. Oh, I love it. All right, so let's do an absolute.
Can't believe it's charting.
So
I've heard nothing but bad things about the last few runs on Deadpool anyways. That's why I don't venture
That's
back.
going to cap out at 15 issues. Like Scarlet Witch, she always caps out at 16 issues and they restart her. The only way to get her sales is that they pair her with her brother. They had a run and they were like, you know what? Let's pair with her brother. And then that got canceled. Now she's by herself. I hate it. Oh, fucking hell, man. So stupid. Just make it an ongoing thing. I think it's Marvel. Why do you always got to reboot it? Why can't you just continue it with a new creative team? Keep it, just new people will sell your book. You don't got to always restart over. But all right, let's do a hot, fresh, in my ass banger. Whoa, interesting.
That was late.
I was just delayed. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Deadpool, as this character has gone through many runs throughout comic book history. So, just to basically keep it a long story short, Deadpool is a character, despite his popularity amongst casual fans due to, Ryan Reynolds portraying the character in the movies, and then you also had a lot of people like Wolverine versus Hulk, where I forgot the guy who voiced Deadpool in that animated movie did a good job voicing Deadpool. So despite all that, his popularity, his books really don't sell all that much. There's been many people that have worked on his comic books, right? So recently, Marvel has been doing a lot for Deadpool, obviously because this is Rob Liefeld's last year doing Deadpool, right? They did a new ongoing Deadpool series, which is still currently going, which we're going to talk about in just a moment here, because I have to tie these points together so you guys can really understand what bullshit we're dealing with here. So we have Deadpool Team Up, 5-part miniseries, the last one. We had Deadpool and Wolverine, WW3. And this is the problem with Marvel, and like what a lot of these comic book companies that have all this bullshit of shenanigans. Okay, so let's just put it out there really quickly. Why would someone read a Deadpool book? Well, because he jokes, and you just want to see Wade Wilson, right? You want to see him crack jokes and say funny shit, okay? So keep in mind, Deadpool has a power that basically runs like this. Let's say you burned him down with a flamethrower, and his body was just cells. He could regenerate from said cells, right? It's like in Dragon Ball Z. Remember when Cell blew himself up and he had like one piece of his nucleus left that allowed him to regenerate and reform back to his perfect form? Yeah, it's kind of like that for Deadpool. If you literally killed him to his last atom, he could straight up regenerate. They make this apparent with all the new Wolverine books, all they can do is talk about his goddamn healing factor. Every single fucking book they do. But it's fine. It's cool. So, keep in mind what I just told you there. He's practically immortal. He can't die. He literally cannot die unless you straight up like eviscerated him down to the last atom and you flamethrower at that last cell. So keep in mind, this is what Marvel Comics is going to do, okay? They're going to kill this guy off. This is Deadpool, okay? This is his series. They're going to kill him off and introduce Deadpool's daughter. Now, keep in mind how disingenuous this is from every angle. So first of all, no one wants to read a fucking Deadpool book if Wade Wilson's not there. I don't know who is like that. You probably retarded anyway, but it's fine. It's all subjective, right? So they're going to introduce another Deadpool who's his daughter, who's a girl, in issue 7 coming up. Okay, so I'll be able to understand this right now. Comic books themselves sell on a number one basis, then through word of mouth, especially now in 2024, right? So they're going to kill off Deadpool, which makes no fucking sense anyway. You literally can't kill him, but whatever. If you want to bum with that bullshit, then you're going to try and reintroduce, you're going to put this daughter character he has in issue 7. So she's not even going to get a fair shot because you're putting her in issue 7. How many people do you think are still reading this current run? And then even if you are reading the current run, oh goddamn, can't wait to see Wade Wilson dead and have his fucking daughter take over to be Deadpool. Wait, then casual people who are going to potentially pick up this book go, how did Deadpool die? Oh, you know, just like reasons, right? Just bullshit. Makes no sense. Just end the title if he's dead. If Rob Liefeld doesn't do it anymore, that's it. Just end it. 7 issues, call it over, done. You know, because no one's talking about this series, and we're going to show you some bullshit right now. This is Marvel just being absolute idiots. All right, so discussing film. I'm sorry, not discussing film. Sorry, my bad. Marvel Entertainment broke this news about a few months ago. And the reason why I wanted Savage out here because he likes Deadpool. So figured he just want to talk about it. So Deadpool is dead. That makes no fucking sense at all because he's basically immortal. That guy, you factor in, even Thanos can't kill him. Thanos,
is it like the
Infinity
joke?
Gauntlet can't kill him.
I don't even know.
That's a joke. That's sure not funny. Long live Deadpool. Get your first look at Wade's daughter, Ellie, taking up the mantle in 2 new covers. Now, I will say this to be fair here. Throughout the years, Rob Liefeld has made it apparent that Deadpool is a corp or a family, all that gimmick that every character has a corp and a family, like Shazam and Batman and Superman, and everyone's got to have a corp or a family or whatever, that gimmick bullshit. Taking up the mantle in 2 new covers and follow her new mission in Deadpool issue number 7 by writers Cody Ziegler and Alexis Quazzarano with art by Andrea Di Vito this November. Okay? So there's the images right there. Okay? And that's her. Now, I will also say this. I don't keep up with Deadpool comics, so I'm not talking about the story. Okay? So if you like this, more power to you. That's fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking specifically about them killing off a legacy character and replacing him, first of all, not just with a girl, because that makes no sense at all in the context of his damn superpower being that he can't die. It's a literal running gag with his character that he can't die and he has to go through a bunch of life bullshit. And keep in mind, Deadpool as a comic book series right now, as we can just see, here's Deadpool, guys. You think Deadpool's selling well? Let's find Deadpool on this ranking list. Where's Deadpool at? On the ICV2 charts. Issue number 6 is number 38. This has like never been a top-selling book outside of like issue 1. This is a stupid idea. Just cancel the fucking book. Just let it die.
I don't get, and I like, I liked Deadpool as a character, but they've assaulted the corpse of the concept of it. Like the Deadpool corpse thing, that was literally created to sell Funko Pops. Like, I'm not even fucking joking. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's all that came of it. And to sell, it was like an 80s marketing ploy to sell repainted Transformers and shit. Worse off, though, is that Deadpool has always been a character.
Yeah.
He's an interesting character. It doesn't matter what the fuck his costume looks like. It doesn't even matter what his name was. That's why I think it's retarded to mantleize the fucking character, which we know isn't going to last anyways. It's not, because it's just a waste of everyone's time.
Yeah,
to put it in continuity.
Yeah, despite the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, like you don't hear people talking about Lady Deadpool or Kid Deadpool or any of those guys, and that's why the whole Mantle thing is stupid. It was a joke. Yeah, the whole Mantle thing is mostly dumb because they can never make a character do that for the most part, outside of like the exceptions here and there, and make them matter as much as the original. And you guys got to factor in Deadpool #7 coming out in November. Guys, that book might be like out of the top 50. #6 is 38. Where do you think issue 7 is going to drop? And you know why issue 7 won't be here in the top 50 potentially when we do October's numbers? Is because they replaced Deadpool with a girl, his daughter. Because no one's going to want to read Deadpool without Deadpool in it.
It wasn't even ever really his daughter. It was some girl he adopted from some SHIELD agent that died. It was like, it was this very convoluted, stupid story that they told that made no sense. It didn't, God, it never meant anything at all. It was terrible. But it was, it's not, Deadpool isn't a mantle. It's just a character. Like, but that, again, as we just saw in the Deadpool Wolverine World War III thing, he can't die, and he won't die. We already know he's coming back in another book, which means this book is probably getting shit canned soonish. Like, they're going to try to run with it, but there's no point. It's going to drop down to like number 67 on the chart. And, you know, at that point, are they even making the money back that they spent on printing the damn thing? Probably not. And hopefully retailers stop buying it. I can find plenty of Deadpool on the shelf when I go to the comic shop. You know what I don't find? G.I. Joe, Transformers, fucking Sonic.
Yep.
The absolute DC thing or whatever did sell. I went to go look and see if they had that little one shot that's supposed to lead into the new universes or the new Batman.
I have it.
They did sell out. They're gone. So that's fine.
I'm not that's a sales gimmick, I would say. Yeah. Things always, because you factor in when things sell out, that they're selling out from distributors to comic shops. It's not someone walking in there and buying it. And that's the thing too, is they're introducing a new version of Deadpool on issue 7, where people have probably already like basically are this book is literally on its last legs already. What an absolute horrible idea. Deadpool being a mantle is stupid in of itself. Well, that's unless you're doing it like a gag. Yeah, like you said, unless it's a gag, it's stupid because
it might be a gag, but it isn't funny. And I don't think modern creator is going to be exactly that apt enough to get it and to pull off the gag.
Yeah.
Right now, it just sounds boring as hell.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Do you have any other final thoughts on that? Is just what a stupid idea that is. That's
just
fucking
stop
retarded.
Mantelizing characters, especially Deadpool. He's not a superhero. He's just an assassin that gets paid money to kill people. It's not a hard premise. The difference is the character, Wade Wilson, was a character who has a personality that is funny and irreverent and breaks the fourth wall, and that's not a good thing. It's not the whole history of Deadpool is just that he put that on, you know, the costume like that so he could hide blood getting shot. I mean, the movies take some liberties with the reasoning behind it, but it's not far off. And, you know, there was no reason behind the way the costume looks. I mean, really, other than Liefield kind of ripping off another character when it came to Deathstroke, but just enough to be different. Like, if you look at Deadpool's first appearance and Deathstroke from the same time, pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
But and it was a looks thing. Deadpool's a very different character, but there's no mantle there. The costume doesn't matter.
This idea of
the name doesn't matter.
I just don't get it. This idea of making characters that are popular into a mantle, like that can only work for something like Green Lantern, because it's not a superhero kind of organization of people, right? So that's it for me. My closing thoughts on this is stupid. Guys, this book is already on its last legs anyway. This is just what's going to kill it. They'll announce at issue 10. Oh, Deadpool series ending at issue 10. Oh, we're so sad.
The final issue. Girl Deadpool is dead now. Oh, no.
Oh, we're so sad to see it go. No, you're not. You fucking pieces of shit.
MSK most affected.
I'm most affected by this. But that's the reason why comics don't sell, because you replace legacy characters with stuff like that. No one, and no offense to that character, nobody wants to read a Deadpool book about her. You know? So
nobody knows that character or cares.
Yep. So thank you guys for checking out this video. If you're a returning viewer or new viewer, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. And I'm MSK, Master Swag King. We're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Deuces. Peace.
Peace.
There was a siren going down, so I had to pretend like I was.
I heard gunshots in my fucking neighborhood earlier, I think. My wife and I both did, dude. I'm like, bro.
You got black people living next to you? Holy shit. Oh, so
I have old people living next to me. No, I'm talking like way further off in the neighborhood, but still enough that I could hear them not far. It's fucking.
Before we go, the next 2 Sundays, we won't have this show on Sunday. We're going to try and do it on Tuesday next week coming up. So for the next 2 weeks coming up, we're going to try the show on Tuesdays about early 7, 8 o'clock. So it's early. We just get all in time. We get it all the way in.
I don't know about out. 7.
Probably 8 or 9
on Tuesday nights. I get home at 7.
Okay, so probably
just home at 7 or a little later than 7.
So like 8:39. Yeah. So the next few weeks for this show, we're gonna do it on Tuesday, and then after Savage Dad's schedule adjusts back, we'll just put it back to Sundays around the same time. So, or you never know. Maybe we'll do a show thing, a network thing. New day, new show. 2 white guys doing their own thing. So
comic talk on Tuesday night's not bad though, because everything drops Wednesday.
Oh, I will say they released Superman versus Muhammad Ali Face Mile edition.
Cool. And it's facsimile.
Potentially. Emily says, night, guys. Yeah, WZ, people never factor things in
night,
because
Emily.
Their brains are just mush. So yeah, I was having sex with this girl tonight, and I'll probably get back to doing that now because, I'm all recharged. But yeah, man, anything else you want to say before we head out? Anything you want to shill for people?
Nothing right now. I'm like I said, I'm going to be pretty tight on time for the next couple weeks, but we'll see how it all goes.
Donald Trump working at McDonald's. Oh my God. That's imagine EBS working at Burger King and eating the food.
He would die. They wouldn't let him in, dude. They can't fit him. Have you seen how tight, bro? You've seen how tight it is back behind a fast food like counter. Yeah. Like EVS is not moving around there, bro.
Oh, he could if he just, went sideways constantly. Shane Davis couldn't work in it because his wife would get mad at him and probably beat him up or something. What a bitch thing to let your wife beat you up. And he married an egg roll too. So you ever need at Panda Express? There's a comic where there's a comic book where Muhammad Ali fights Superman. Yep. That's what made comics fun back then. Stuff like that is fun.
Yeah.
It's like one-off special things. You're like, Superman lost to Muhammad Ali. Guys, it's a gag. I don't care if he did.
Exactly.
I could care two shits if he did.
That's kind of why I want to read the Wolverine Predators on my short list, dude, for real.
All right, guys. So what else we have to do? We'll just recap the New York Comic Con news next Tuesday coming up, not this one. Wait, so what we did the show this Sunday, so it'll be we did the show today, right? So we would so the Tuesday show for this would be on the 29th. Okay. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be all right. We'll see
how it goes. Week time? Yeah, it's like 3, 6, 7. Yeah, it's about a week time. So yeah. I got nothing else for you guys. I'm just a fucking clout chasing piece of shit. That's what I always am. I'm gonna go get on my knees for Zia Anderson because that's probably the best place to do that for myself. Gotta get knee pads. I'm probably gonna be a porn star very soon. I'm working on it. You know, my thrusts are getting better. Oh shit!
I have cocks,
and I don't have any. If Tiny, just a hypothetical. If Tiny had a dick, do you think I would date her?
Probably.
I would
If she
not.
asked.
No way. I'm not gay. Fuck no. If she had a dick and she was a dude, oh hell no. Nope. Couldn't do it.
I don't know, dude. I don't think about these things.
I just once in a while, my brain just teeters in areas. So, well, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show, and we will see you guys